Well, hello Virgo, and welcome to this little corner of the internet that is Wild Fox Alchemy. If we haven't met before, my name is Maria Gaian, and I am an intuitive business success coach and a tarot card reader and a subconscious psychotherapist, amongst other things. I'm here today to do your December business and finance reading. So, pull up a chair, get yourself comfy, get a cup of tea or coffee, and let's get started. Let's have a chat about what's coming up for you this month. We start with Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Always good advice when it comes to money and finances. Where you need to focus your energy. The Four of Feathers, Sanctuary and Rest. Interesting. Your strengths are the Six of Acorns, Success and Triumph. That's a great card in a great position. Warnings, possible obstacles, weaknesses. Hate weaknesses is a bit of a poor word, poor choice of words. Awakening, renewal and enlightenment. This is the Judgment card in other decks. And the outcome is the Justice card, Truth and Clarity. Okay, so we've got a couple of major arcanas already there. Shall we turn over the business one? See what we've got. We've got Answer the Call. Beautiful card. Where you need to focus your energy on general on your business is the Four of Crystals, Control and Security. It's got 2 4s there in where you need to focus your energy. Strengths, the Seven of Acorns, Determination and Stamina. Warnings, obstacles, possible things that might trip you up. We've got the Shaman, Divine Wisdom and Spiritual Power. He's been coming out a lot this month in readings in these sorts of positions. And the outcome is the Five of Feathers, Strategy and Resilience. Okay. So let's get started. We start with this Beaver Spirit, laying a solid foundation. I'm kind of getting the message through here that when it comes to money, sometimes we are a bit hit and miss. We're a bit scattergun, and we don't always take control over our money. We don't always know what we're doing. We don't always lay this foundation. I'm going to have a look what the book says. The book says, Beaver Spirit is here to tell you about a power living within you that is born of spirit, the source from which all life arises. This is the power to establish the sacred connection with the universal consciousness, so you can deliberately co-create the world you desire. Know that it takes work, determination and sustained effort to co-create and lay a solid foundation for your dreams. If, with Spirit as your partner, you break the twigs and branches of your intentions and desires and spread them across the river of time, you'll be amazed at what you can do. You will find that you can even change the direction of the flow of life. You can ensure that your world will be prosperous and purposeful, filled with love and joy, enriched with magic and meaning. That which you desire will come to you and remain sustainably if you build on a sturdy foundation. Keep your intention and energy consistent and deliberate, using all your resources and the energy of this wonderful, productive time. Have faith, for with Spirit to co-create with you, your success is assured. Spirit is your partner, helping you along as you change the course of your life in the way your heart desires. What a beautiful card. No wonder I was drawn to actually just go to the book on that one, because I couldn't have come up with anything as useful as that. You need to lay the foundation. You need to be sure of yourself. You need to be doing everything that you can to bring this prosperity into you. You don't want to be shaky about what you're doing, especially not when it comes to money. You really do need to be focusing on what you need, how you're going to get it, and allow Spirit to co-create with you. Use your intuition. There could be some messages being downloaded for you that will help you to move forward. Some little signs and symbols, maybe a song lyric or something that you see on TV, or maybe there'll be a spirit animal that keeps appearing to you, or numbers, angel numbers. Look out for those things, because I feel like there's going to be some knowledge, some wisdom that's going to come to you that will help you to lay that solid foundation. It could be that you just need to create a budget. And I know so many people who fly by the seat of their pants with this. They buy tools, they buy all sorts of things to help them with their business, and they've got no idea what they actually cost. Or maybe you're thinking of getting something and you think it might cost too much, when actually it might not cost as much as you think, and it could really help you to move your business forward. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So we've got your energy, where you need to focus your energy when it comes to your money. We've got the Four of Feathers, which is all about sanctuary, rest and meditation. But I feel in this position actually that this is about you quietening your mind and grounding your thoughts and not letting anything to do with your finances run away with you. It could be that on occasion you feel a little bit of panic, that maybe, you know, you've looked at the state of your finances and you're thinking, oh, this is a bit out of hand. Maybe you haven't got this solid foundation we've just been talking about yet, and so you need to take some time to look at your finances, to develop ways of moving forward, to understand what you're spending, and if there's anything you could cut or anything you could invest in that would actually bring you more business in. But I feel like this is a message that's telling you not to do this out of a state of panic, that you should just ground your mind first and not make any of these decisions through emotion. This is the feathers. The feathers are the same as the swords or the arrows. These are cards that talk about intellect and thoughts, your rational mind and the truth. This is about, you know, sort of gathering your power and taking action. This is not about you feeling emotional about stuff. And money can be very emotional. You know, we get very anxious over it. We can be fearful of it. It can make us feel great or it can make us feel awful. So this is kind of saying to you it's time to take the emotion out of it and to think with your rational mind, to sit with pen and paper and actually face things. I feel like for some people there is a tendency to just go to sleep and try and forget about it. And that's not the right answer either. You must be focused on dealing with whatever this problem is, but don't let it get out of hand. Don't let your anxieties get out of hand. Make sure that you're looking at this from a rational, sort of logical mind, you know, where you just look at the facts. You might be in debt. If you are, join the club. There are so many people that are struggling with debt. We spent most of our life savings during the COVID lockdowns because we couldn't work, we couldn't go anywhere, we still had to live, you know. And so although we might not be in huge amounts of debt, we still have to replace that money. We want to replace that money. So we could get very emotional and upset about it and play the blame game, or, you know, just cry into our tea. But instead it's a case of, you know, just thinking about it rationally. How can we replace that money now? What can we do? What income streams could we look at that would help us to rebuild that money again? So this is all about foundations. It's about logic. It's about using thought rather than emotion to actually move yourself forward. Now your strengths. This is a great card, one of my favourites. If you follow me, you'll know this. It's the Six of Acorns. This is all about power, enthusiasm, confidence, leadership and public recognition. These are your strengths. I feel like it's the leadership that is your strength right now. Your confidence, your enthusiasm. I feel like maybe if you've been getting a bit worried about your finances, it could be that they aren't as bad as you think, you know. Sometimes we start off with this sort of nightmare situation going on in our minds, and then when we actually sit down and count everything up, we realise that things maybe aren't the way that we thought they were, and maybe there is more success and enthusiasm and power and confidence waiting in the wings for you. These are your strengths, and I do feel like this success and triumph is something that's going to come out of this. I think maybe you're going to, if you start looking at laying this foundation, there could be some income stream that you feel very, very enthusiastic about. Something that you just cannot wait to get started on, and it will be received very well, so that, you know, there'll be success in this, and it could be that it gives you the money to lay this solid foundation. If you're not having any sort of struggle with money, if things are going really, really well for you, and, you know, you're not worried about money at all, and you're thinking, oh, what's she on about here? Then this reading is indicative that it's time for you to take a break. Take a break over the Christmas holidays and, you know, calm down a bit. Maybe you're overworking, maybe you're overdoing it a bit. And it's time for you to just relax and enjoy the success and triumph that you've got coming in for you. Possible obstacles, warnings, things that might get in the way. We've got the Justice card there, the Awakening, the Judgment card there, the Awakening card, renewal and enlightenment. This is all about you needing to assess things, asking difficult questions, deep questions, feeling enlightened, needing to weigh things up. Now, this card in this position could mean that you have been a little bit reluctant, perhaps, to reassess, to ask the questions, to weigh things up, to have a cold, hard look at what you're doing and what's working and what's not when it comes to your finances. But I do feel like avoiding looking at your budget, avoiding looking at your outgoings is a mistake. Okay, there is something hidden in your budget, in, you know, I don't know, it could be something that you're paying for that you don't need to be paying for anymore. People make mistakes all the time, banks make mistakes all the time, and it could be that, you know, there's a direct debit that should have ended weeks ago and it hasn't, and you need to sort that out. It could be that you can take some pressure off by arranging a debt repayment plan with somebody. You know, look at everything, weigh it all up, and figure out if there's a way of sorting out a situation very simply and easily in your favour, so that the stress is off you again. And the result, the outcome, we have the Justice card, truth and clarity. This is all about balance and fairness. So I feel like there will be balance here. There will be balance here, Virgo. You'll sort it all out and you'll feel a lot better. Now again, like I said, if you're not in a position where you're worrying about money, and, you know, lucky you, this is indicative that perhaps there are some things that you could need to renew. You could be getting a little bit complacent there, Virgo, and you could be thinking that, yeah, this is great, I've got all this money coming in, I'm able to have a rest. Don't be complacent, is what I'm being told, that, you know, maybe you do need to assess everything, that at the end of the year is a really good time for you to look at what you've got on offer, what you're charging. Maybe you need to put your prices up. Maybe you're doing too much. Maybe there are other things that you could bring in and freshen everything up a little bit. And again, for you, the end card is the Justice card, which is the balance card, seeing the truth, getting clarity on where you need to go from here. And I feel that's going to be a really useful thing for you to start 2022 with. So that's quite a good reading there. There's not really anything concrete on the money side of this, and this is in line with pretty much every reading I've done for this month, Virgo. I've had a lot of sort of foundational messages that have come through, and messages that have been more in line with what your idea of success is, rather than talking about the money. I've not had anything where it's said, yes, money is coming in, you know, loads of pentacles or anything like that. It's mostly been, this is what you need to do to get more money. This is, you know, what you need to be doing to improve your circumstances, etc., that sort of thing, rather than directly saying, yes, you're coming into a windfall. And I've got a few cards that have jumped out because I actually thought it would be nice to see if we could get some more financial advice on this. And I've started with the Eight of Swords, which is all about recognising opportunities, feeling a little bit limited, maybe blindfolded, feeling like you're lacking the choices that you would like in life. And I wonder if that's just a money block from you, that you feel like you're limited. But this card is also indicative that if you have the courage, you can see solutions and you can recognise opportunities and go for them. The next card that flew out was the Five of Pentacles. There's me saying that there's no pentacles here. This is about a mindset of abundance or loss. I always feel like with the fives you've got a choice. You can either choose to be pessimistic and think, oh my god, I don't have enough money, nothing's working, it's all terrible, and want to just run away from it all. Or you can feel optimistic and say, actually, there are loads of opportunities, I'm going to be able to turn this around and I'm not going to give up. And be sort of counting your blessings rather than looking at what you don't have. So that says to me that you've got a choice now, that there are some limiting beliefs going on here. And that could be in line with this, laying a solid foundation. It could be that you need to heal yourself of something. Again, in line as well with the Awakening card, which is also about renewal and enlightenment and healing, new purpose, that sort of thing. So it could be that you need to just reassess some things that will help you to look forward in a more positive way. Make sure that you're not talking to yourself in a negative manner, and using phrases that, you know, indicate a lack mentality. I want, I need, I don't have, all this sort of thing. And turn those sorts of phrases on their heads to I choose to be wealthy, I choose to manifest the money that I need, I'm successful, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, I'm grateful for everything that I have. That sort of thing, instead of thinking about all the things that perhaps are lacking at the moment. We've got the Six of Pentacles. This is all about generosity, gratitude, kindness, abundance, accomplishment, and giving and taking. So, despite what I said about there not being any pentacle energy, there is pentacle energy here. This is showing me that the abundance will come, so much so that you will be able to give back to other people through what it is you're doing. And that is basically what we're all about here, isn't it? That we're here to heal the blocks to business success so that we can move forward and help other people that might have gone through similar things that as we've gone through. That's the whole purpose of my business anyway. That's what I'm here to do. And I feel like there is this abundance sitting there waiting for you, and it will be so much so that you can share it with others. But you need to put in this foundation here. These fours, like I said before, they're all about foundations and building solid foundations and being stable. This is not about you winning the lottery and coming into £1 million overnight or $1 million overnight. This is about you laying the foundation to do this. But certainly don't be looking at doing everything from a place of anxiety and running around like a headless chicken. Relax. Just relax and take it steady and you'll be fine. So, business reading. We've got Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? Good question. Do you know? I've got a recording that I'm doing at the moment that will help you to find out what your soul is calling you to do if you're not sure. But most of us, we do know what our soul is calling us to do. Sometimes it's not 100% clear, and sometimes we can argue about it. We can argue with ourselves. But actually, it's time for you to answer the call of your soul. And if you're not sure what the call is, again, there's this Sanctuary and Rest card here that would say to me that it's time for you to do some meditation. It's time for you to really dig deep and think about the kinds of things that you do that light you up. The kind of things that you dream of doing, that maybe you haven't got the confidence to do yet, but you would love to do them. Let me know in the comments below what you believe your soul is calling you to do. And don't worry about the fact that I hold my comments because I get so much spam and ridiculousness. So, you know, put the comments in there. I will see them and I will make them public. But I just don't to start with because I get so much spam. But let me know what you believe your soul is calling you to do. Now, my soul has been calling me for a long time, and it wasn't obvious to me for a long time until somebody said it to me. My soul calls me to create sacred spaces for wounded souls to heal. And you might think, what the hell has that got to do with what you're doing right now? The kind of stuff that I'm doing. But I kind of am creating sacred spaces for wounded souls to heal, both online and offline, even though it isn't kind of obvious, I guess. So where you need to focus your energy, we've got the Four of Crystals, control and security. Great card. This is about budgeting. It's about organising, and it's about power. About, again, stability and foundations of what you're doing. So I feel with this being a Four of Crystals, which is Pentacles, and all about possessions and material things, that we're looking at you organising your budget, organising what you're doing, being in control of what you're doing, being in control of your possessions, feeling very secure within your business. And that's what you need to be focusing your attention on. And as I said in the financial part of this, don't do that from a place of anxiety, but just do it from a place of calm, from a place of logic, from a place of intellect rather than emotion. Your strengths, we've got the Seven of Acorns. And the Seven of Acorns is all about determination and stamina. It can be, this card can come out sometimes when we're challenged, when you've got critics or you've got haters or you've got somebody being envious of what you've got and they try to take it away from you. It can be indicative of tall poppy syndrome. But this card is also about alignment and achievement and moving forward. And I feel like this card is about you moving forward regardless of what challenges come to you. And it could be this answering the call card here. You could decide that you need to do something in line with answering the call, to change something about your business perhaps, or to start a whole new business altogether that is actually in alignment with what your soul is calling you to do, rather than what you're currently doing. And as a result of that, there could be some jealousy from other people going, oh, who the hell are you to be doing this sort of work? Why are you doing that? Why have you left this perfectly good, secure job? Or, why are you doing this airy-fairy stuff that, you say your soul's calling you to do? What a load of rubbish. And you're going to need the determination and stamina to move forward with that. I'm just going to move those up a little bit. To get through that, to be able to shut your ears and think, oh, chuff you. I'm not listening to you. I'm determined to follow the call that my soul is making, and I will move forward. I am determined to make this work. Now, another reason why I feel like this could be something that is more in alignment with your soul is because we have the shaman here in the weakness and obstacles and warnings side of things. And I believe that this is about you bringing more of your spirituality, more of your divine wisdom into what it is that you're doing. And we can be scared to do that. We have all sorts of fears around being visible, around being different to everybody else, around being a bit woo-woo and weird, to be honest, We don't want to be ostracised for what we're doing. We don't want to be criticised or envied or whatever else for whatever it is we're doing. We don't want to be laughed at, do we? So it could be that you're being called by your soul to step into your spiritual power and you are hesitant, and that is why the shaman is in this position. Don't be hesitant. You're going to co-create. As with this layer solid foundation, you're co-creating with spirit now, Virgo. There's no reason for you to feel upset or afraid. The outcome is the 5 of Feathers, strategy and resilience. Now, this is, again, it's about feeling challenged, this card, but moving forward regardless. But the word that I keep being drawn to here is the strategy. I feel like strategy is so important that if you do the right things, if you think to yourself really hard now about what your soul's calling you to do, laying that foundation of starting or creating a business or more products or services, or amending some products and services that to make them more in line with what it is you want to do, then this is your outcome. You will end up with a strategy for the future. You'll be able to do the work that you need to do. Now, I'm going to clarify, again, this particular business reading. I'm not going to clarify any individual cards. I'm just going to see what comes out, if anything comes out that's further advice for you on your business. I think it's fairly self-explanatory, to be honest, this idea that you need to be answering the soul call. And sometimes that can be scary, But there are always ways and means of having security in your life, even through doing spiritual work. There are a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs out there that are very secure and safe and happy with their businesses. There's 5, 6, 7-figure businesses out there doing all sorts of things that could be called spiritual. And, we all have the risk of people not understanding what we do or not knowing what to do. I've got the Queen of Pentacles, and that's after some real old shuffling, and really that's it. Spirit says that's it. It's the only card you need. It's the Queen of Pentacles. She is all about being grounded and calm. She's here to tell you not to panic, not to worry. It's all okay. Everything's going to be fine. She's here to tell you about your prosperity. She's here to tell you that you're going to be comfortable, that you're going to be able to contribute to your family. The Queens, the court cards, are always representative of a person or a characteristic of a person. I feel like this is you now. This is you being calm, grounded, being prosperous, nurturing your family, contributing to your family, which I feel is what you really want to do. And I feel like this is clarifying your outcome, that you will have a strategy. You need to build a strategy of how you're going to move forward. You're going to have to be determined. You're going to have to be in control. You're going to have to draw on divine wisdom and spiritual power. There are messages that will come in for you. I keep saying this. Watch out for angel numbers, totem animals, that sort of thing. Watch out for that sort of stuff, because your soul is calling you to do something, and if you're not sure what that is, then you're going to find out shortly, and you're going to be able to create a business out of it that makes you feel very happy, that brings you a lot of pleasure, and also brings you a lot of material stuff. So, Virgo, I'm going to leave that there. I have a half price offer on my Intuitive Business Success sessions at the moment. This is a 3-hour session where, if you aren't sure what your soul's calling you to do, we'll collaborate, you, me and Spirit. We can have a chat about where you want to go with your business, what kind of thing you would like to do, what your strengths are, and all that sort of stuff. And you'll go away with a plan of action, and then a few weeks after the call, I'll get in touch with you and find out how things are going. So there's a little bit of accountability chucked in. If you're interested in that, there is a special code for YouTube people only underneath this video. If you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe and share it with anybody that you think might find it useful. And I will see you again soon. With love and magic always. Have a fantastic December, Virgo, and I'll see you again soon.